Hello. Hey. You can record. I was just dumb and didn't know how to. I have it recorded. I've learned how to. It is actually recorded, sir.
Last week, after getting too short, what's his name's? Do you ever get that?
We sent it out, but I haven't got it back yet.
He's on Jessica Bailey. Like,
DUCC.
Sir.
What up? What up? And turn that camera on, Turkey.
shit, forgot.
Yeah. Spin it in a circle.
Yeah, I need it.
Turkey.
Send it.
Big.
Hi, Hannah.
Hey.
What's up, Kelly Slade? Who's that? Wait, go back. Is that Josue?
Thank you, that.
What up, Josue?
What up? What's up?
I see Corey Brewer in the building. What's up, Brewer? Dylan's up in here. Tom. What's up, Mr. Sizemore? Ham Hocks. What's up, man? And Zach. All right, cool. And then it looks like we got what? Brian Villa.
Yeah, he dropped Zoe off. He's on his way here. He just drops her off at school and can't quite get here by 8:15.
Yeah, I just got her on the bus and heading that way.
Sweet, man. Then you got old Bailey.
Oh, she probably cried.
Yeah, she just dropped JD off.
Her preschool.
That
Yeah.
was awful.
Face isn't red.
That was awful.
Was he excited?
I wouldn't say he was excited, but he wasn't sad. That's hard when that's your only church knows that's your only baby. It's his very first and his very last ever first. I feel like I could puke.
I didn't feel that way. Like it's time
Well,
to
you're
go.
a
Get out of here.
man.
All right, who just came in on the phone? Who's that?
I think it's Casey. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Thank you
Casey.
all. Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Thanks. 38 years young today.
Beautiful. I love it. It's a great age. It just gets better from here, Casey.
I know, like every year keeps getting better. It's awesome.
Yeah, it really does. It just keeps getting better from here. Okay, cool. Is there anybody we're missing that I'm not thinking of?
I think Evan's trying to jump on right now.
Oh, here, I can send him the link.
He just texted
All right, Hannah, kick us off.
All right. So what we have in contracts in transit is 496, 287. Right now, if everything clears in our bank account, we'll have 227.04 in there. But by the time we take all the expenses out for payroll, the floor plan that we owe to Short Redmond, 62,000 to them for their American Express, our American Express, the Stockyards Bank rent, all the trade payoffs. We have 3 larger bills, one to CNR Asphalt, which we need to talk about to find out when we're paying them, when they're finished.
They still haven't done the lines along the storage units.
Bar Automotive, we have 2 bills from them now.
Who's
You were
that?
gonna, the people that came and talked with James like July 3rd.
Michael Barrich and David Sparks.
Yeah, there's 2 bills now.
Yeah, there's 2 bills now. It's like 13,000.
13. Yeah.
Total for both of them.
Yes.
Oh, that's who we're missing. Where's James? Is he in there?
Oh, he just got
There
here.
he is. What about Shelby?
He's we lost Dario this morning for a little bit, so he had to open up things because Rel's coming in, later in the day to close up. Dario normally opens, but his kid's sick. So Shelby's opening the store. Or the
Okay.
shop.
So yeah, yeah, you can pay those 2 invoices, but put a note in there, Hannah, like we did not know about these and do not want to incur any furthers.
Okay.
And then I'll talk to them on the side.
Gotcha.
Okay, so keep going.
So with everything out, if everything was to fund and clear, we would be negative 79,000. So we need to get some deals going.
So if all those deals funded, the 400 and
The 430 or 470. Let's see, hold on. The
496.
496, 287. If all those funded and we have to pay 439 of that out to Redmond for the floor plan. Then we owe the trade payoffs of another 95,000.
right.
Then we have rent due this week. The 800% club is due this week. And then Stockyards Bank credit card is 15,000. We got to pay that this week. If not, first of next week. And then whenever the American Express cuts, we'll have to make a payment on that as well.
Yeah. And that's paying off everything in full,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
including you said 60 something thousand for the Jimmy's Amex.
Yes. And ours right now for what all the receipts that I have, we're at 32.5 on our American Express.
Okay. All right.
So, I have tried to cap some deals. I got to get a code of Dealer Track because it's not allowing me to post them. So I'm going to get a hold of Matt or our new people today and find out why I cannot post these deals.
Okay. All right, beautiful. How is Steph doing?
She's doing great. She's over at the store getting the money and she's been taking care of all the deposits. I did have a meeting with Stockyards Bank on Thursday and they were talking to me about doing like a scanner so that we don't have to go to the bank, that we'll have checks that she can scan in directly to our bank account. So we don't have the hassle of trying to go down to a branch, wait for them to do the work, wait for it to hit. They said it'll automatically go into the account as long as we have checks. Now cash we'll have to still take down there, but we can do the checks directly from here.
Okay.
They also talked about the Stockyards credit card, the 15,000, maybe turning that into more of like a fleet card where we can have that for gas for our salespeople, because I'm having a horrific time trying to get gas cards for the dealership.
Why? How come?
They keep on saying that we don't have any credit, I guess because we're new, but even when
Yeah.
I try to add Tim or Jimmy, they wouldn't do it. And that's through Speedway. And then I try to do that Wex that Jimmy said, and they want us to do like a prepaid thing to where I deposit money into their account and then we use it that way. But our account at Stockyards don't have ACH or wire transfers. So that was another reason why I talked with Stockyards. They're going to try to get that set up so
Okay.
that if we need to, we can ACH somebody or we can wire transfer somebody.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They're going to need an email from you saying that I'm authorized to make changes on our account.
Okay.
They're supposed to send over an email so that you, Jimmy, and Tim can sign anyway to put the ACH and wire on there.
Okay. All right, perfect. We gotta get some money.
Yeah, we need some money.
We gotta start rolling. We gotta start rolling some cars. Obviously a lot of initial startup investments and stuff. So down the road we won't be taking these big hits like this, but
Right. It's just the early on.
yeah, we gotta get rolling. Okay. All right, perfect. Thank you, Hannah. Anything else we can do for you?
Uh, I don't think so. Oh, yes. We got those lifts and stuff from, I guess, kind of on credit from Jimmy. So I'm gonna need to know how much all that cost, what I'm supposed to be paying them. Do you know anything about
So,
that?
James,
Yes, sir.
she's talking to you, boss.
Yeah, I can get, I'll shoot a couple messages over to Jimmy. We can see exactly when the payments start. I do know that it's 2 years, 0% financing with Honda. But he has not reached out and any paperwork since those have been delivered. Last month. But I will reach out to him today and see what we got.
All right, James, what do you got for me?
We have, quite a few cars still in the process. We've got a lot of parts on order. Looks like we are moving a couple more units. As far as ones that, are being sold without having the service done. I just asked, the team that we just real clear on what's being asked to be done on these vehicles and that we track, every bit of the cost associated with them. We're to the point where
I could get on.
I really need, some help on the DMS side just to, start tracking and billing all the costs to the vehicles themselves. We
Yeah.
are aware of the different parts, invoices and the totals and stuff like that, but I'm still not able to individually bill them out, to the vehicles themselves.
So what do you need to do to solve that?
Well, our current workaround is just getting Hannah the cost of the vehicle. Looks like we're
I'm
having.
not saying the workaround. I'm saying, what do you need to learn to be able to do it?
We got to get a hold of, Dealer Track to see what's going on with the parts, transactions, the end of our DMS.
Gotcha. Okay, and that's something you need to do, or is it something? someone else
I don't have administrative access. I can't really make any changes to it. I did see Zach, Hannah and Sam on there as administrators, so maybe I can get with, one of their three. Figure that out today as well.
All right, so Hannah, you want to make him an admin, or Zach, do you want to?
Yep.
Okay. All right, you are responsible for,
Deal trick. What do I need on here?
Hannah, you're coming straight through every time you and Kelly are chatting right there. You are responsible, James, for David Robinette. How is he doing?
He's doing okay. We had a little bit of a situation last week. We're still trying to resolve today. Just a little bit of, leadership, concern that we had. There was an argument between, him and Floyd, but, we're just trying to work through that today still. Me and Zach got together, spoke with, David himself, gave him a little bit of guidance on that end of it, and hopefully it's not gonna be a concern moving forward.
Okay. And then you're also responsible for Will and Wyatt and Christy. How are they doing?
They're doing well. Everybody's been staying pretty busy. Definitely to the point where been in contact with Travis. We have the new lifts on the ground, but I think it'd be very beneficial again once we get those going to keep everybody moving and getting more cars worked on at one time.
Yeah,
Other
that
than
makes
that,
sense.
yeah, everybody's been going good. Line racks are functioning. We've been able to complete some tasks on that. Everything's fine there. We're just waiting on a little bit of general contractor stuff to come through so we can get this shop up and fully running.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be a couple of weeks.
And who else is on your team? You've got Will, you've got Wyatt, you've got Floyd, you've got Christy, you've got David.
Jaden and Dominic.
Jaden
Dominic
and
is
Dominic.
now, yeah, Dominic is now part-time. He's has started school, I believe, this week.
Okay.
It's been working out. Everybody's been good.
All right, perfect. All right, beautiful. Let's shoot over to is Brian Gaines in the room now, or is he still via phone?
Yeah, clear.
Brian, you got any stats for me? Any data? Any KPIs?
I do. You want it for the month or just the last week?
Yeah, hit me for the month.
Month. All right. Ashbrook's had total lead 73. He has set 18 appointments. Only had 6 of them show. 2 of them have sold. So show percentage is something we're gonna have to work on, and appointment set percentage, I believe, too. But outbound activity, and she sent a total of 106 videos, made 221 calls, and she's contacted about 24% of the people she reached out to via phone call.
Okay.
Diana has had right at 100 leads, 20 appointments, 13 shows. She sent out 145 videos, 399 calls, contacted 78.
How many of those shows sold?
Oh, sorry. She sold 2.
Okay.
And then contact rate via phone calls, just under 20%. She
Okay.
does have a 65% show rate on appointment set, so it's doing well there.
Okay.
Nick, 122 total leads, 26 appointments set, 17 shows, 5 sold, 117 videos, 286 calls, 94 contacts, so just under 33% contact rate. And right at 65% show rate as well on the appointment set.
Okay. What about you?
I've had 11 appointments, 11 shows, 2 sold. I actually didn't write down how many of these were in my possession.
Okay.
Correctly, it was 20 something from when we that first week we opened.
Yeah, I got it.
Can go into their names.
So total leads for the month is where? Would that be 220, 222, 295 plus yours? Just over 300?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
323, Dylan just gave the number.
Okay. All right. And how are you feeling about each of the members of your team? Where are they winning? Are there any weaknesses? What do they need? Give me a quick summary.
Love working with all 3 of them. I think, on that aspect, we all get along well, work together well. Communication and stuff's key, has been between all 3 of us. I think where we need to work at, Diana was just getting more comfortable on the phones. She's a little quiet when she's on there, so I can't pick up a lot of the stuff she's saying. So I'm trying to get her to work out of that and getting more comfortable sending videos, personalized videos.
Yeah.
Ashbrook's great on the phone. Seems to be doing well setting appointments. I need to key in on why the show percentage is so low. So that's something we're going to figure out what's going on there. I don't know if they're too soft in appointments. They've not squared up the time and getting that in the customer's mind that they do actually have a set date and appointment with us, maybe. We're setting them too far out in advance for the appointments. So I need to key in on that and see what's going on there. On videos and stuff, she shoots videos all the time, so she's not a concern on that side of things.
So, Zach got with me on Saturday. We were talking about the appointments that we had scheduled versus what showed. And so I went through the appointments that we had scheduled for Saturday. And yes, you were dead on. They were soft. Majority of them probably shouldn't have been appointments. They were ones to where we set the appointment on a hope and a prayer, and the customer never actually confirmed, or never said they were coming in. So yeah, there were a lot out of those 11 appointments. I'd say half of those were just not real appointments, not like a solid, not a solid like what we're used to, what you used to do, what we're used to, where you're hammering the appointments in and like that type of stuff. These were like, yeah, I might try to come in and that type of thing. And then your rep saying the same kind of thing. Okay, can you maybe come in? And then we schedule the appointment. So that's what I saw on your appointments for Saturday.
I always like to think of setting an appointment like, you going to the doctor. When you set a doctor appointment, you have a hard time. They stress how important it is. You're there 15 minutes early to get this done and that done, and how important it is if you're not going to be on time to let them know to reschedule and stuff. And, we do that as humans. We feel like we set that hard appointment. They expect us to be there. We're taking up their time. We have to relay that same type of energy to our customers. So it's a hard appointment. They feel upset. They feel like they're letting us down if they can't come in. So, right.
Make sure we're confirmed because it looks like of all the appointments set by our frontline sales team, the only person at 50% confirmation rate is yourself. 6. So there's a lot of opportunity there. Diana's 7 for 15. Nicholas is 4 for 15. Yeah, like 6 for 17. Confirmation.
They're setting soft appointments too, though. That's going to make the confirmation percentage go down because they're not going to confirm.
Just gotta make sure we do that process.
Well, we just got to make sure that they're, that they're trained up, adding massive value. The customers will show up if they feel like the hope for gain is there, that they feel like the value's there. I don't know about you guys, but I think it's pretty. I think we sell really nice cars that have been serviced really well, that are like really good looking cars for incredibly competitive prices, and they get to work with amazing people. So we just got to make sure that that they are trained up. Brian, just continue to train them up. These things take time, right? Continue to train them up on how to build value. There is, whether we like it or not, whether we want it to be or not, there is the fact that we're new. We're a new business. And so customers are going to have skepticism, and we don't have an established brand. We don't have the brand awareness. We don't have trust. The market does not trust us yet. There's no reviews for them to go look at. There's speaking of that, maybe Dylan, maybe Casey. I went to our Facebook page today and it says opening. Well, maybe I read that wrong. Hold on. I think I took a picture of it. The way it read to me, it was like we weren't open for business yet, but it might have just been saying time-wise, but I don't think so.
Oh yeah, where it says opening soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's referring to the time because we open at 9.
Okay. All right. Then never mind. Then that's good. But yeah, and I think we have 2 reviews on there on the Facebook
2
page.
reviews on Facebook. Google has quite a bit more.
Good.
But yeah, I know a lot of employees have done Google reviews. So if you guys could also do that on Facebook, that would be super helpful.
Yeah, great. But we're just a brand new baby company. So we don't have the benefits of thousands of impressions or millions of impressions, and we don't have the benefits of trust factor and reviews and all those things. So our frontline salespeople, really need to make sure that we are expressing the value Because that's when people buy, right? People buy when value exceeds price. And like you said with Diana, there's got to be a certain level of energy and excitement on the phone. Because when you don't trust something, you can get pushed over the edge if it's something new and exciting, right? So it's like, I don't know about this, but you guys sound so excited about it. So I'm going to come show up. Okay. So continue to work with them on that. Anything else, Brian?
No, I mean, Vice President Nick, he has the highest contact rate of getting people on the phone. So I'm not sure what he's doing different there. So I'll probably sit down and ask him today if he's doing anything different than maybe 2 hours ago.
I think that's a smart idea. And he's also sold the most.
Correct.
So yeah, I think it's a good idea. All right, cool. Tom, who are you responsible for?
I have Alex and Mike Evans and Brandon Chavez.
All right, give me the rundown real quick.
Alex is killing it as far as getting customers.
Okay.
I just this is on me. I didn't realize for these last few days just how green he really is.
Yeah.
I've sat down with the triplets and said this is, he's our project because I think he has most potential in that store.
Yeah.
So I put it on me. I didn't realize how green he was until these last few days. And worked deals with him Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I don't know why I never really worked deals with him until then, but he is really green, and I've been slowly working with him, and I don't know. I think we can turn a corner with him because he's out there hustling, but he's not been truthful on some situations. So trying to work with him on some of that stuff. So
Got it.
Brandon Chavez, I had a meeting with everybody on Friday. He's trying to reach out to the Hispanic community. However, he thought that he didn't want to put in that much work because he didn't think we had the banks that would do it. I explained to him exactly too that we have banks that will do the ICNs. And so that we need to start putting in that work. And we're getting some banks on board that will absolutely do it, like even them by themselves. So that's a source that we need to tap. Mike Evans has the ability when he gets in front of customers. I just got to poke and prod and get him in front of more customers, however which way. So that's my rundown on my three.
Yeah. And how many sold for each one?
3 for Alex, 3 for Brandon, and 1 for my kid.
Okay. All right,
And
beautiful.
Alex
Sure.
also he also bought one on the street.
Okay.
Can I interrupt just for a second?
Yeah.
I know on the Hispanic community, there's a lot of ITNs, but the state of Kentucky will not take that for the title paperwork. You have to have a Kentucky driver's license or ID in order to do that.
Yeah, as long as you have what we were telling is that if you have a ITN and somebody with a driver's license,
Yes.
like Westlake doesn't mind that the ITN is not on the title work.
Okay.
And Kentucky will just only do the title in the.
Yeah, they changed all that this year.
But we're also getting some banks on board that they have a loophole to get around. So, but they're not on board. But we told him, hold on and get him involved because ITNs also have some people in their lives that have socials that we can put them on file.
They're trained for. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, we are hopefully that bank we met up with. What are you saying, Sam?
Nothing. I was talking to banks. I'm sorry.
Hopefully that bank we met up with at NAMAD, hopefully that can help us with some of those obstacles. And then also, Hannah, I was talking because Tim is on the board, the motor vehicle thing. And so him and I talked a little bit about this early before we opened the store. And any kind of once we get running smooth and we got like a consistent, hey, we're running into a problem right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, and we can define it very, very clearly on what the solution is, then we can possibly leverage that a little bit.
Okay.
And but hopefully this new bank. Josue, have you looked at this new bank? Do you think we got potential?
I think it's the one that me and Zach talked to.
No,
Yeah.
this is one that, no, this is one that Dylan talked to in Florida. Me and Sway talked to a different place.
Oh, okay.
Me and Sway talked to that one Agora that you and I was talking about where we like get the interest in reserve over time. That's the one that Sway and I talked to.
Okay. So you guys haven't looked at the other one that Dylan hooked up?
No, we're still waiting on them to be turned on. They said that we should be live today, but it's still not showing up. So we need to reach out to them. And
But have we looked at it? Have you guys looked at the programs? Have you?
no, I haven't had any information on the program.
It's not
Okay.
showing up in Route 1 yet.
No, I don't have any program sheets. So when it showed up in Route 1, I was going to print out the info and read up on it. But
Okay. All right. Well, obviously, Josue and Kelly need to know about that bank and that program. So let's make sure that they are in the loop on that. And Hoel and Brandon, I know they were excited about doing Hispanic Authority, but then they lost that excitement because they didn't think there was any way that they were going to be able to do a lot of those particular deals based on these new laws. And so if we can get them jacked up again and add that excitement back in, that'll be great. I think those guys, give those guys some direction. Cool. All right. Corey, tell me about your squad.
We got Haley. She's at 5 now. She's crushing it. She's been out prospecting, and she went to Rod Run on Saturday, set up a temp play, and handed out a bunch of
Yeah.
cards, getting her name out there. Said it was real good. Everybody was coming in and won all of our stuff and ripping it already. I got Lamont. Lamont's at 3 with the purchase as well. Thing I'm working on with him is he's still learning technology, learning
Yeah.
to drive. Everywhere he's been, it's not really been in the phone. It's been either handwritten or just by voice with the managers. So just working on that with him.
Okay.
Attitude's great though. So he's a hustler. And then Logan, so he's still at 0. So when we left here Tuesday, I've been meeting with him ever since I get. But we left here Tuesday, we met. It was a good meeting. And then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, he was out sick. He said he got a upper respiratory infection, sinus infection. And then, of course, when you're out multiple days going into Saturday, if you're not really hammering it at home, you're not going to have anything come Saturday. So he didn't have anything Saturday.
And is he a drunk?
He tells me no. He tells me he's over that he's just, he'll have a few, maybe a beer here and there, but that's about it. I've heard some otherwise, but I don't know. He's not telling me. If he is, he's not telling me the whole story.
Yeah.
so that
I like
was
that
Logan's
kid.
problem.
You guys have him in a triplet spot, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Logan has all the talent in the world. Alcohol was his crutch when he was at when he was at Rod Hatfield working under me. But I guess alcohol was his crutch at Dan Cummins too. Sam sitting beside me shaking his head. Yep. He interviewed good. He told us he'd been sober and no alcohol for, what was it, 3 months or something like that?
He said 6.
Leading up to the interview. That's obviously a lie. I've had a couple one-on-one conversations with him, and told him about it. Like, look, dude, you said and lied to my face. I took a chance on you, gave you an opportunity, and you're not taking advantage of it. Like, this stuff needs to change, and it needs to change now. So he knows that he's on a very, very, very short leash. So hopefully he gets it together.
What do you think, Corey? Is he gonna get it together or no?
I mean, unless he's really good at manipulation, I mean, to me, he seems like he will, but and I seen it seemed really good leaving out Tuesday and then just being out. And I don't know, we were working on it with a customer, and me and Zach had been on the phones with him and got the customer committed to coming in, and I needed him to take care of a few things, and he just kind of went silent on me and didn't show. And then that's when he said he was sick. He called in sick. So
When I pulled all the numbers on Saturday evening or yesterday, whatever it was, he's got the lowest amount of like opportunities. He's only like been in front of like 11 people almost all. So they're close to like 13. So he's not in front of people at all. Leads, spin butt up, stuff like that. So he interviewed well.
Yeah, I had
I
Sam.
think he's a great guy. I've had great conversations with him. I think he's a great guy. I think he's got a ton of potential. But clearly, you guys got him. We've got him in a leadership role. And what do you mean, Corey, when you say he? You said you just now said he didn't. How did you word it? You said he just didn't show up, and then he called in sick. What does that mean?
So I texted him and I was calling him and let him know that, hey, me and Zach, we got this together, because he had left to go get moving done and said he was sick and hadn't finished moving and all that stuff. And, we needed to get this vehicle looked at, because the customer was coming from a long ways away. And he lives just down the street, and I didn't want to have to split it or, get anybody else involved. He's like, I can't come in, I can't do this, I can't do that, someone can help me. And I'm like, whatever, we're a team, we'll step up and help each other out, And then the next morning, I told him, I said, we need this in Thursday morning to get looked at by Jerry, the paint guy, to make sure the scratches and everything are buffed out. And I texted him that morning after our meeting here, actually, we have our morning manager meeting. I texted him at like 8:10. I'm like, hey, are you getting this thing in there? And he said, well, I'm sick. I'm not going to make it in today. And that's when I said, all right, I'll hop into our manager meeting via Google Meet. And he didn't do that either. So I've had the hard conversation with him. I've said, man, you got to step it up, because, you're in a leadership role, and you got to start showing up. Like, sick, I understand, but mentally, he's going to show up.
All right.
Yeah, last Monday, I make the triplets check in with me, and he wasn't there for our 8:15 meeting. So at 8:30, and he wasn't there for that meeting, I texted him and it's like, "Where you at?" Well, he told me that woke him up, and then he came in 2 hours later. So I don't know. I guess I envy young people that are able to sleep till 8:30. But
well, two things along those
to
lines.
still not come in 2 hours later, I didn't like that either.
Yeah, two things. One, obviously, there's a shit ton of red flags here. There's red flags all over this, so you guys are going to need to do something. With that said, though, Zach, you just said he knows he's on a short leash. It doesn't sound like a very short leash to me. It sounds like you guys are putting up with a lot of bullshit over there. Is what it sounds like to me. Sounds like a really long freaking leash. And so I would just challenge all of you in the room, adequate performers will be graciously asked to take the talents elsewhere. You guys have the right to be around top performers all the time. And if Logan's got what it takes, then great. Let's freaking light a fire under his ass, hold his ass accountable, and extract what we can out of him. If not, then he can move out of that role. He can move to somewhere else where he can be successful. But I just think it's really important that you guys hold yourself to a really high standard and just know that you don't have to put up with any bullshit from anybody at any given time, because that's not how we roll. So just know that. Anybody who else on your team, Corey?
That's it. Those three.
Okay. Churchy, did you share all your people?
No.
Okay, Church.
We got Angie, Clay, Dan, and Hoel.
Okay.
Hoel's got his car. He sold his car on Wednesday.
Okay.
Angie's got 4. Clay's got 3 in one purchase. Dan has 3. I kind of go back and look at leads and how many are engaged with the visits, and then how many pencils we send out.
Yeah.
Well, so with 9 visits, last week or month to date, Angie's at 44% closing with the visits she has with the 4 sold.
Great.
And then Clay with 14 visits, he's 3 sold with 21% closing. Dan he's had 7 visits with 3 sold at 42%, and Hoel 5 visits, 1 sold. So we had a meeting, was that? It was Friday. We all got together. I sat with the team. The morale is there. Everybody's hype on my team. But they talked about the amount of opportunities they're getting. And
yeah,
if you're not at the store, you're not getting opportunities. So I said, maybe we have to look at that scheduling wise. We did have an issue Thursday. I guess the sales team has a group me with, hey, who's taking off and who's going to be where. But nobody told their leadership team about it. So we had to have that discussion. I was like, hey, it's great. I applaud you guys for doing that. But it's not working.
Yeah, that is great.
But your leadership team needs to know as well. There's 3 of my guys are off on Thursday and nobody told me. So we got that figured out, but we talked to him as well. I'm going to start. I should have done it a little bit ago after Sam kind of reeled me in Saturday. We had about a 45-minute conversation. My guys know that they need to come to me with 3 hottest deals that they're working every single day. We're going to sit down, make phone calls together. Videos, we need to get better on that. Angie's sending videos on their customers. It's 15%. Clay's at 18. Dan does great. He's at 70, and Hoel is at 30%. And these are videos to go out to your customer as soon as you get that lead to introduce yourself. So those are kind of some of the things we're working on. But the morale with these guys are up. They're all hype. I don't have an issue out of one of them right now.
Beautiful.
Angie and Clay have they're like second and third as far as opportunities go.
Right.
Like third and fourth.
Yeah, they're getting in there and they're saying me first in group me's. And so I talked to Angie about that. She says, I'm getting the opportunities. I just can't get anybody in here. So we had to talk about the process and what that looks like and why it's important to send a video, why it's important to send, that text to Optiman and then that email. And then if you're not getting anything, get me involved very early. So
he can just get in front of freaking people, dude.
Yeah.
He said 13 opportunities all month long.
Yeah.
So I think he's the lowest other than Logan.
A lot of the month, Hoel's been, running back and forth the United thing too, wrapping up some lingering things that he had there. So that,
That's
that
I don't see that coming.
You haven't a place where you have to be at the store to take.
Yes, correct. Yeah, you got to be at the store to take a lead.
You can't take a lead unless you're in the store.
Right. Got it. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, I like a lot of what Angie's doing, a lot of what Clay's doing. Dan's showing up on social, which I appreciate. And yeah, we've got to get Hoel on track. And I think if, like you said, now that he's the moving thing or the roofing thing, pulling more away from that. And then,
he said he only had like 1 or 2 left to work out, and those should be fairly simple and easy.
Yeah. And then finding a niche for him. I mean, he's a great dude. So I think they'll be fine. Remind everybody, if you would, please. I did the math, not magic, in the group me. If they can make 100 personal contacts in a day, 2 of those people are there to buy a car. Now, what does it look like making 100 personal contacts? There's a bazillion ways you can do that. Obviously, what they did out at the Rod Run Saturday was incredible. Clay and Haley I appreciated that. But do not allow your people to get under the impression that we're going to do all this for them. Like back in the day before social media and all this other stuff, like there were phone books and people made calls. And sometimes you had to call every number for 7 days straight before you found a deal. But there are people everywhere in the market right now, and they have a responsibility to go out and find them just like we do. So just remind your teams. Who's doing training this week in the morning meetings?
It's road to the sale. We're getting actually everybody involved. The leadership team did it last week. And then who we have scheduled this week is Brandon, Haley, Angie, Howell, and Mike Evans. They know that the day before they present, they have to get with a member of their leadership team, and we'll role play and talk about it. But we thought it was important to get them involved instead of, just the 3 or 4 of us hammering them every day and why it's important. If you say it, you'll end up doing it. So I'd rather than talk about it.
Okay. There's an equation that is really important for all of you guys to know, which is frequency plus proximity equals affinity. We talked a little bit about it in my Saturday morning 2 weeks ago. And if you read the legacy titles, it talks about this as well in your morning meetings. What you guys need to do is you need to have a theme for the week. And then that theme for the week needs to be taught by one person that is responsible every day that week. Unless they maybe take a day off, they can get someone to cover for them. And we want to teach that one single theme via video, via written, via audibly, because people learn in different ways. And so we're using the power of frequency. Whereas what you just described right there, having 5 different people talking about 5 different things, means you're going to get 0 results. So a theme for the week. And I disagree as far as having just 3 or 4 people. I think it's really important over a 6-week stretch that Michael Church teach for a week. I think it's important that Corey teaches for a week. I think it's important that Kelly teaches for a week. I think it's important that Tom teaches for a week. I think it's important that Josue teaches for a week. I think it's important that Zach teaches for a week. If you do it that way, each of you only have 1 week every game, or maybe it's even every other game if you break it down with triplets and so on and so forth. But you got to hammer one topic over and 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 over again in order for people to really grow and develop. With that said, I think road to the sale is important once you get customers in the showroom. Right now, you guys don't have any customers in the showroom. I wouldn't personally, if it was me, I wouldn't be training on anything other than prospecting right now. How the hell are we going to get more people in this showroom? What are you doing today? Haley, where are you going? Angie, where are you going? Clay, where are you going? Dan, where are you going? Logan, where are you going today? How are you generating some leads? Joel, where are you going? And they're gonna, Alex, these guys are all green, or some of them are green, and actually all of them are green when it comes to prospecting, because the majority of them that were hammers over at Dan Cummins never had to prospect a day in their freaking life. They have no idea how to use a freaking pickaxe, like 0 idea how to dig for gold. It just kept getting delivered to them. So I personally would challenge you guys to relook at how you have that structured. Get yourselves involved right now. Some of the people that you might even have leading meetings might not even be a part of this team at some point in the near future if they're not performing at the super highest level. And I would get my overall arching theme would be prospecting and teaching them every possible way on how to do that, because we've got to get more customers in the showroom. Hannah, how much money did you say we don't have?
78,000, 79.
Yeah. So we're negative 78,000. And the only way we dig out of that is we got to get some freaking customers in the showroom. So that would be my challenge to all of you guys right now. Shift that around. make the theme freaking prospecting. Teach them every way you know how to freaking prospect and get them out working every day on bringing people into that showroom. All right, Banks, what do you got for me?
Our front gross, well, we're at 26 units out. Our front's negative 20,042, and our back is 45,696. We have 187 units in stock, and still no floor plan.
And what's the hold up on floor plan? We're just waiting on them.
I think so.
Yeah, we're waiting on them. Tim told me last week the reason it's taking longer is because he's getting all of his dealerships that weren't with M&T, floor plan with M&T, switched to M&T. So it's taking
that's
longer.
right. Yeah, that's right.
So it's taking longer than normal.
Okay. All right. All right, cool. And then as far as the team and the people that you're responsible for, everybody in that room right there, is there anything that we need to celebrate or anything that we need to work on? Any challenges, anything specific we need to talk about while we're all here?
I mean, celebrating, I think everybody's, doing a good job of
I
digging
think so
in
too.
and really pushing their teams to try to get more out of them. I've seen a lot of growth in that area in a short amount of time. I still think, need to get out of our seat a little earlier in the process. We talk about salespeople being green. And you mentioned we need to be training on prospecting, not the road to the sale. So that solidifies even more that we need to get out of the seat early when a salesperson has a customer outside, go outside, say hi to them, set the precedence on what the process looks like, what's going to happen. It makes the salesperson comfortable. They're going to do what you told the customer was going to happen. And B, it lets the customer feel more comfortable. They've spoken to a manager, they've talked to the person that's in control of the deal. So there's a little bit of more comfortable feeling with the customer as well. So I think we really need to do that. Just kind of pointing out a couple things I've noticed. Tom, you was talking about Mike not, being in front of people. I see him at the sales desk a lot, specifically behind the sales desk, just talking and sitting and laughing. And, that's okay. We all need to be, get along with each other, but he needs to spend more time, out on the lot, watching for customers and, prospecting, putting things out. Alex, I think he needs to understand that less is more. He's really got diarrhea of the mouth. I think he talks too much. He needs to learn to use his ears and ask questions. And remember that less is more. Only give the information the customer needs to make a decision. You can talk yourself out of a deal, right? And I think that's his problem. Obviously his problem isn't hustle. It's not getting in front of people. It's not lack of motivation. Like you said, he's got the most potential in the building. I think he just needs to understand that less is more. Brian, I was just going to mention, and you already said it. And when you were talking, let's, check on quality of appointments, make sure that they're really setting good quality stuff. Keeping everybody busy back there. That's the big things that I've noticed that stood out to me, is just getting out of our seats, daily meetings, like every day, not 1 day a week, not 2 days a week, not 3 days a week, but every single day, Monday through Saturday, there needs to be an individual team meeting. Like you all should bring your teams together and ask them, what do you have going on today? Role play with them. We need them to be more comfortable talking to customers and stuff. And that's when that happens, right? When you all break apart, talk about closing deals and going over proposals and, road to the sale if you want to. But make sure we're doing those meetings every single day. They're really important. So that's the things I noticed that we need to focus on and do a little bit better at right now.
Perfect. Kelly, Josue, what do you guys got?
Well, we're like Zach said, 26 units, 45,696 on the back, running about 1757.
I'll take that right now. That's good, man. That's pretty
Terrible.
good.
I don't
I'll
want to
take
clap for
right
that.
now.
There's no clapping for that.
No, I'm clapping for that, man. That's pretty good. I know you guys have been battling all kinds of shit back there, so I'm happy about that.
We're 19.2% cash, 80% warranty, or not 80% warranty, 80% finance, 57% gap, 61% warranty, 38.5%
Let's
aftermarket
go.
products.
Let's go. Hey, that's those are great numbers for what we're working with.
I agree, man.
Yeah.
Those are freaking phenomenal. What would you say? 35%? What was that last one?
38.5% on ceramic, and then
Nice.
61.5% warranty.
Yeah.
Our warranty numbers is like as far as profit is down, and that's totally my fault. On one deal I jacked up. We was kind of waiting for a protective to get going, so I spotted a warranty and sold it for like $2,600. It was on a Cadillac SUV, because the reason I spotted it is the warranty costing for endurance. It was a 35,000 mile vehicle. It was a 2021. The warranty cost through endurance was $3,800. So I was like, well, I'll just spot it, through protective. Hopefully we'll get protective next couple of days. I'll do it. Obviously we wanted to get deals funded. So Zach said, go ahead and let's go ahead and write through endurance and get these deals funded because we need the money. So that warranty cost was a $1,200 loss.
Gotcha.
That brought our numbers down in the warranty profit on that deal. And that's totally my fault on that. I should have did that. The reason I did sell it so low is because it was a foresight deal, and I was capped on the back end of what I could sell, and they wanted gap really bad. So I sold a $995 gap on it, warranty. So that's my fault. We do got 14 total banks now. We got 5 Prime, Cap One, GCU, Bank of America, US Bank, and PNC came on board last week. And we got 9 subprime, Foresight, PFS, CAC, Santander, AmeriCredit came on last week. Santander came on last week. Westlake now, Flagship, Prestige, and CPS. We still need, obviously we're working with M&T because it's our forward plan. Fifth, or Wells Fargo. Evan said that Chris Rose is working through some stuff there. I guess one of Tim Short's dealerships used Wells Fargo.
Yeah. So
And they're
yeah, what happened was one of Tim Short's stores, and like nobody in the group really uses Wells Fargo besides this one store, and I guess they owe some money that they didn't pay when they closed out the account. So there's nothing we can really do. Chris said he's working on his end, and as soon as they get that cleared up, we'll be live. That's literally all we're waiting on. Go ahead, Kelly. Sorry.
Oh, you're all right. So that's Wells Fargo. M&T obviously is floor plan. We'll get them sooner or later, hopefully. Fifth Third, I think we're going to get those, no problem. Chris Jones' sister died, so he's kind of been out. And but other than that, I don't think anything's holding us up at Fifth Third. Ally, I think Evan Josie or whatever his name is, the rep here, wouldn't get back to us. We left him voicemails. I talked to him once. He said he'd get us the stuff. He hasn't. I guess Evan talked to somebody in Florida. He said he's going to get us hooked up hopefully today, get what we do. But Evan's taking care of that one. UK is still saying no. Sway talked to somebody the other day. We've been hounding them. Sway talked to somebody the other day, and they told us they're pretty much out of UK. Members Heritage, they're just waiting on board stuff and to give us a yes or no. Still waiting on Exeter and Global Lending as well. RC sent me an email at 12:16 this morning and said protective is set up. So I forwarded that email to Pong at Certified Dealer Processes to go ahead and start getting that set up and integrated.
Let's go.
So that's huge plus. I don't know if you all talked about the cost. I know RC is supposed to get with Zach and stuff like of the ceramic. So I don't know if like the cost is already in that protective or we need to get with protective and add that cost.
RC was supposed to come by the dealership last week. And never did.
I don't know about that because I know RC when he was in there last time talking to us, he was talking about needed to find out how much it was man hours that are going to be to put it on and all that kind of stuff to figure out the final cost of it. I don't know.
Okay.
On the deals we've been putting in, I told Hannah not to cap any of them because once we find that information out, we'll have to go back. We've been just putting in what the cost of was that me and Slay used at Dan Cummins.
Right.
Just, to get it close. But once that,
Which was what? How much was the cost you guys were using?
339.
Okay, that's reasonable. Cool.
So, that's what we've been putting in, just, use as a cost for now. But once those, and we also need to know what the cost of, our powertrain for life is going to be. So we can go back and add that into adds the cost, on the deals. But after that, after the front back total, it's $986.68 per car is what, the DMS side of it. You add your pack, which is the $700 and the $899 dock fee. The dealership in the whole is profiting $25, $85, and 68 cents per car. So right now, 26. We're 67,227 right now is the number of profit that you would see on the back end of, if you want a total profit for the deal.
Yeah, got it.
Screen.
Beautiful, Kelly. Thank you for those updates. Josue, did you have anything you wanted to add?
I took it all. We did get a calendar going for ceramics, so I think we already got like 4 appointments set for that. Shelby said you can do one a day. So we're getting that rolling.
That's great.
Personal schedule tomorrow, tomorrow.
Yeah.
That is great. That makes me very happy.
That's pretty much it. It's just putting costs in there. So of course our numbers are gonna dwindle a little bit just with cost of powertrain and all that. But we should be going. We're gonna look at e-contracting as well. We're seeing that it's about $9 to send out of FedEx for 2 days. So once we get all of our forms that we can go ahead and e-contract and not fix anything, we're gonna just go ahead and try to do all the contracts. So right now we're gonna try to practice a little bit on it, but we're not full on that. Just because we know we're gonna have to fix a lot of stuff. And with e-contract and you take something out, you gotta wait a whole day for it to be able to let you do it again. So we don't want to slow up funding. So we're just gonna look into that.
I love it, man. I love it. Beautiful, beautiful. Casey, you got some KPIs for us?
I have some. Okay, so I'll just give you the months, if that's okay.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm running a mix of campaigns, a prospecting campaign, and then I'm running 4 different VIN specific carousel ad campaigns. One has all the inventory, one is for trucks, one for cars, one for SUVs. So current ad spend for the month is around 1,800. We have close to 3,000 clicks. One of the biggest issues I'm facing, which I'm gonna hopefully solve this week, is with the lead attribution. So I tested this over the weekend when I got an ad, and I've screen recorded it and everything. So when I click on an ad from Facebook, I go to the website and I fill out the form. It's in DriveCentric. It's attributing that lead to AutoFi.
Okay.
Which, I mean, that's okay, but that just doesn't really help me know if the ads are, super effective or not, because I'm sure not 100% of the AutoFi leads are from Facebook. So I'm gonna get with Cirillo this week and hopefully get that worked out.
Great.
And then another thing I'd also like to look into,
Yeah.
and I tested this as well. Clicking from the ad to the dealer website, it doesn't seem that the first form, so you click I'm interested, and then you enter, I think, your name, phone number, email, and it did not seem like that information was getting captured or coming through as a lead in DriveCentric. It wasn't until I then either scheduled an appointment or applied for financing that it was coming through as a lead.
Gotcha.
I don't know if anybody else has seen anything different, but definitely looking into that, because we could potentially be missing out on,
Yeah.
quite a few leads if that is the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. because not everybody's gonna necessarily schedule or apply for financing.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, let's look into that for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I've got some things to work on this week. And hopefully next week I'll have a better update and we'll have those issues resolved.
Okay, cool. And do you have plans in the future of getting us out into like TikTok land and some of these other social media platforms?
Yes, absolutely. We can do that.
All right, cool. And then as far as the consulting side, did you hear anything back from Ryan, or have you had your meeting with Paul?
Did not hear anything back from Ryan yet. I sent him the quotes. I think it was on Tuesday or Wednesday. So I plan to text him back today just to say, you know, hey, did you get a chance to review? Did you have any questions?
Yeah.
Paul rescheduled on me twice Friday, then ended up just canceling. So we'll try again with him this week and see if I can get him to commit to a time.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. I wanted these meetings to go right at an hour. It's a little bit over an hour right now. So we'll finish, we'll wrap. And if anybody needs anything from me, just let me know. I think you guys are doing a phenomenal job. I think that when playing the infinite game, which is the game that we are playing, it is constantly about making the next right decision. Hold on. Hold on real quick.
Did that last week too. Let me call my car. Oh God.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Y'all missed me and you know it.
I think you guys did a phenomenal job. I think you're doing a phenomenal job. I think that starting a business from scratch is incredibly challenging, and you guys have put up some deals, put up some money. We're getting a lot of attention. I'm starting to see more and more on social, which is great from all of you. I think Michael Church had popped up in my stories, which I was like, okay, Churchy's up in the stories. All right, this is cool. I saw Churchy in the stories. I saw, obviously a lot of the salespeople are doing a lot of stuff on social, which is great. But I see your faces. I see the activity that way, which I appreciate, because attention really is the key, right? Coming off of NAMAD and that whole experience, I had two different people that are already ready to write checks because they want 800% dealerships in their cities, which is pretty cool because the brand itself is very, very, very small. Nobody knows who we are right now. But once we get to where I know we're going, it's just going to be amazing. People can buy into it. They gave out so much gear and hats and all this stuff at the Rod Run. And the fact that these people want to wear the gear and the hats and so on and so forth says a lot about our brand, just in general. And so I am taking on the responsibility of making sure that 800% becomes the biggest brand in the world. That is the responsibility I will put on my shoulders. Household name, known everywhere, bigger than freaking Nike, bigger than freaking Apple. We're going like the biggest brand in the world, because when we have that kind of attention, all of the other things will come together and all of the things get easier. And it gives us an opportunity for each of you to be able to reach and achieve what it is you're looking to reach and achieve. Gives you it gives the opportunity for each of you to make the money that you're trying to make, like the impact. All of these things come together, and I'm going to continue to hang on to that responsibility of building this up to be the biggest brand in the world. Got some incredible ideas on that note on how we're going to continue to do that. Yes, Jess.
On that note, I was just going to add that I had mentioned to Clay whenever he was asking about having stuff for Rod Run, that we need to get kind of a game plan on having that kind of stuff in stock for those events and those last minute pop-up events. So just something I want to kind of meet with, if it's Zach, you, Hannah, whoever, to make sure we've got that, that kind of stuff just, stocked up, and prepped.
Yeah, absolutely. And those would probably be the people that you would talk to on that is Zach and Hannah. Hannah to make sure we have money, and Zach to give you an idea of
I'm cutting everybody off right now.
yeah, everybody's cut off at the moment. That's for sure. Remember to capture solds. We got to build a reputation online. We have that 360 camera thing. I don't know if you guys have set that up yet, but let's make sure that we're capturing solds and that the customers are posting on their social media channels. It's one thing for us to post. It's another thing for them to post. I know the barbershop should be coming around. That's going to draw a lot of customers into the or not customers. It's going to draw a lot of Mike Brown's customers into the showroom. That's an opportunity for us to make an impression on those people. We don't need to try to sell them anything. It's just brand building. It's brand building. It's brand building. This Friday and this Saturday, I have 14 podcast interviews scheduled. So I will be in the dealership pretty much all day Friday evening. I think they're scheduled from 1 to 7 or 3 to 7. I don't know. They're scheduled in the evening Friday when people are off work, and then they're scheduled on Saturday. We're asking these people to bring all their friends and family members to come watch them get interviewed. Why am I doing this? Because I just want to bring attention to the dealership, right? As many people as humanly possible. And so be ready for that Friday and Saturday. I'll be doing interviews when people aren't busy. We want to celebrate these people as they come into our area. Jessica, I don't know if we have a rug yet or how we're going to set that up. No rug yet. But we're gonna need.
Hannah was working with the rug company, and I think the last we discussed, it was the wrong, like they can't get that size and stuff customized.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to make it from scratch, Jessica. Just grab point and just start stitching it. I need you to make it, okay? I know it's big, but I know you've got. You're not doing anything else. So.
Eat you fried your brain because I couldn't.
But yeah, so and that's gonna be, we're gonna get a lot of footage around that, a lot of social around that, so on and so forth. So just be ready for that. But ultimately, I'm gonna keep on that responsibility. I want you guys to know that I'm super proud of everything you've accomplished up till this point. I think we're really starting to put some pieces together. I already know what the future looks like. It's this beginning season that's going to be important. Don't forget that you have the right to run with champions and only champions. Make sure those champions are learning consistently every single day, that they're learning and that we're reiterating what it means to be a champion, what it means to perform at the highest level. And not only are we teaching it, but obviously we want to represent it, right? We want to show more than we tell is really the key. So feeling good about it. Backs up against the wall. We don't have any money right now. I freaking love it. It's a great position for us all to be in. Because in desperate situations, that's where the lions come out, right? That's where the lions come out. So, but I think you guys are doing phenomenal, and we just got to continue to move in the direction that you are moving. I think last week was a big uptick, from where we were before. So I appreciate that. If anybody needs anything, reach out, let me know. And Jessica, you are a mess.
That's going on YouTube.
Yes, that is going on YouTube.
All this
And
Hi, YouTube. Make me famous. I'm trying to get rid.
and I'll see you guys. I'll be back. We fly back later tonight, so I'll be back in town. All right, see ya.
Safe travels.